Peggy 18.
Salve aí, galera, vou trazer um gameplay aqui de um jogo que eu estou aguardando há bastante tempo, The Sinking City. Mais ou menos a cidade aprofundada, uma coisa assim. É um jogo que parece ter uma pegada bem dark. E eu vou iniciar um novo jogo aqui com vocês. Então vamos lá conferir como está o desempenho do jogo. Nem sei como tá o áudio. Só para dar uma conferida como tá o áudio, passar aqui, pessoal. Sei como tá o áudio. Só para dar uma conferida como tá o áudio, passar aqui, pessoal. Está ótimo. Salve, Andressa. E aí, como é que tá? Vamos conferir. Vamos ver do que se trata, afinal. Bom, galera, de primeira visão aqui deu pra perceber que o jogo tá bem bonito. E os gráficos deles estão me lembrando o Sherlock Holmes and the Devil Daughter. Segurar. Pólvora e molas helicoidas.
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Deixa eu colocar o chat aqui em cima. Isso. Câmera dobrável.
Never trust a tourist advertisement. Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Tem um... Ah, tá.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
That's an eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
Parece que o jogo vai girar bastante em torno do diálogo.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature, scion of a robust bloodline, a philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Bom, pessoal, temos um clima bem misterioso aqui logo na entrada da cidade, né? Aqui está o nosso mapa. E eu percebi que é um jogo que vai girar bastante em torno de diálogos, na maior pegada do Sherlock Holmes, Oakmont. O cara tá fazendo? Não sei. Enfim, isso não é importante para as missões aqui do game, ou é? Ah, tem como ir lá. Não tem? Ah, tem. Vamos ver.
The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sowed.
Cara bem bizarro.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me.
Salve Robson Eduardo. E aí, mano, como é que tá?
But not interested. Go away.
O cara parece um gorila.
I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
Vamos comentar primeiro sobre a aparência dele ser similar à de um gorila, porque nós somos polêmicos.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family.
Isso é importante,
Blessed
mano.
all our offspring with these exquisite features. Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers, mark my words.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. port. Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying...
Vera.
We have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Muito bem, esta é a casa. Comecemos nossa investigação em busca do Albert, que saiu em uma expedição e algum tempo depois foi encontrado em um bote falando um idioma estranho para as pessoas dessa cidade e até mordeu um homem. Então o Albert estava muito louco de crack. Temos um oficial.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Provavelmente esse aqui foi o homem que encontrou o Albert no bote.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was at or starve.
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Barry was outside, on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... okay. My head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
That sounds familiar. Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. K is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. K be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything, and I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or, K, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
Galera, eu não sei, mas eu acho esse personagem que eles criaram pra esse jogo aqui, ele é meio zoado, ele não tem muitas expressões faciais e a conversa dele dá um pouco de sono. Eu não sei se isso pode se tornar um grande problema durante o jogo. Espero que não.
Choo choo. I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp. I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Que isso? Que isso? Ok, já começamos a... Começamos a ver coisas que não são normais. Ele tem um tipo de visão paralela aqui. Aparentemente nada. Aliás, vamos ver. Uau, olha isso. Tá desse lado aqui. Caraca! Ok.
Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
É uma família bem bizarra. Uma família bem bizarra.
Five cards short of a full house. I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp. Choo choo. There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Ainda tem mais pistas aqui na casa, mas eu posso conversar com ele. Só que pistas sempre são necessárias. Esse é um game que eu pretendo zerar fora da live, porque... Que isso? Caramba!
What's happening?
Alguém está fugindo.
Take this, ape face.
Eita porra. Vamos prosseguir aqui.
Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Yeah, run!
Parece que eu vou ter que identificar a sequência que as coisas aconteceram. Caraca, é mais complexo do que eu pensei isso aqui.
What's happening?
O cara saiu correndo. Esse foi o segundo ato.
Take this, ape face.
E o terceiro ato.
Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled. I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Eu achei que a cadeira estava aparecendo na live aqui, mas não, é só o HUD do jogo. Eu não estou prestando atenção no HUD. Eu achei que tava dando, que a cadeira estava aparecendo aqui, mas não é isso. Então, pessoal,
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
me parece que todas as evidências estão coletadas, então vamos lá no cara lá, no maluco lá. Pera. Enfim.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
Onde eu saio aqui? Estou. Nem sei com quem eu converso. Tem
Don't
muita
do
gente.
anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
I've said everything I know.
I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this. There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
É um jogo que vai exigir muita exploração e concentração para a resolução dos puzzles. Ele me lembra um pouco o Murdered Soul Suspect, que é um jogo bem bacana também, que eu joguei na geração passada.
5 cards short of a full house. I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here. Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. So that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Eu acho que aqui. Não tá errado, peraí. Ainda faltam pistas para se encaixar aqui.
Choo choo.
My head! I still hear those voices. Head! I still hear those voices.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Eita. Tem uma presença muito forte aqui em cima. Ai, o bicho! O bicho! Caraca! Fui atacado. Vamos lá pro Palácio da Mente, que tem alguma coisa... Atacou. Não. Ok. Por serem de Innsmouth, Lewis e seu povo sofreram nas mãos dos Tormentor. Isso seria o motivo para os odiar. Ok, faltam coisas aqui. Vamos seguir o rastro de Albert. Ok, acho que eu tenho que usar espaço para simulação. O Albert bugou, foi o que tá bugado ali, né? O Albert ameaçou alguém. E me parece que ele prosseguiu por esse caminho. Não sei, vamos ver. Ou ele continuou aqui? Não, ele não continuou para aquele lado lá. Deixa eu me ver aqui. Não. Caraca, um tubarão todo arregaçado, olha. Que nojo. Encontramos mais uma área.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania? Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it? Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
Espero que alguém encontre isto. Meu nome é Albert e este é meu testamento. Eu quero alertá-los. Não desçam as profundezas de Oakmont. Jamais deveríamos ter feito isso. Tudo deveria ter permanecido naquela caverna. Professora, temo o que será de mim. Está ecoando em minha mente, dançando à minha vista toda vez que fecho os olhos. O ciclo continua e continua e continua. No fim, virá. Devo alertar a todos. Devo dizer ao meu pai. Ele está aqui. Uau.
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
Me parece que faltam pistas aqui ainda. Ok. Algumas respostas.
Mr. Throgmorton, I found this in the lifeboat. Looks like it's your son's will.
Give it to me. Oh, my boy, what did you get yourself into? If only I hadn't sent you on that cursed expedition.
Bye.
Ok, voltamos para casa. Voltamos aqui. Ainda tem mais coisas que precisam ser esclarecidas. Aqui em cima a presença é
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
muito forte.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Eu tenho que tentar encontrar. Alguma coisa aqui, ó. Albert. Onde você está, Albert?
So the fishermen pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
Vamos retornar ao Palácio da Mente. Ok. Albert veio nessa direção para o pier.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Ok. Onde está você, Albert? Já vimos que ele desceu, ele não subiu, ele estava tentando se esconder, alguém estava tentando assassiná-lo. Então vamos descer. Que é isso? Uma carta.
There's something in the pocket.
Louis, por favor, me dê mais uma semana. Eu sei que estou devendo, mas estou até o pescoço, como todo o resto por aqui. Mal tenho como manter o bar funcionando com toda essa confusão no porto. Mas não se preocupe, eu fiz um acordo com certa pessoa e devo ter um suprimento constante em breve. Só mais uma semana, eu lhe pago o dobro do que eu devo. Peter. Ok, Peter. Mais um personagem aí.
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
Esse lugar tá muito estranho.
The door won't budge.
A não ser que eu dê um tiro na porta, na fechadura, ela vai abrir. Isso, garoto. Eita, peiga. Que é isso, Jesus? Ah, meu Deus! Caraca! O bicho ia destruir minha cara. Bicho maldito do inferno.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Aqui está o Albert. Tem hora que faz uns barulhos. Palácio da Mente. Vamos ver, vamos assimilar. Ok. O negócio me deixa confuso. Albert espalhou a histeria à sua volta. Louis. Vamos selecionar isso. Beleza, pistas do Albert e a dedução. Vamos ver aqui. Tem uma coisa que não está. Algo não encaixa. Louis pode estar no bar.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Essa família tem feições estranhas. Uma baleia. Vai levantar, seu arrombado? Vai. Vamos ver. Tô com muito pressentimento que esse bicho vai levantar. Não sei porquê. Vamos embora. Na sala não tem nada aqui. Enfim. A gente tem que ir no bar conversar com o Luis. Uma interação bem pequena aqui embaixo, né? Vamos subir as escadas. Ok, então aqui parece que é somente isso. Qual é a localização do bar? Eis o X da questão. Eu acho que eu tenho que voltar pro pai do...
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something.
What? I don't have all day.
Some unusual creatures. And they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
My condolences, Mr. Throgmorton. I had hoped for a happier outcome.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So much of our blood spilled for nothing. So much effort in vain. My poor Albert. Tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes. Make him beg for mercy.
Olha, eu não tenho certeza se foi o Luis. Eu tenho que conversar com ele.
I don't know exactly. I have some suspects, but I need to investigate further.
What kind of private eye are you?
A thorough one. When I find him, I'll tell you.
Fine. No one leaves the port until then. Find me that dirtbag and I'll help you with anything you need.
Porto de Oakmont. Ah, então é aqui, ó. Caramba, como eu marco? Antes de acusar a Louis, nós temos que ter a certeza de que ele estava envolvido com a morte do Albert. Está o bar.
Stay alert. Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of, fortune teller?
Yes, my dear, yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
All right, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time itself laughs.
Eita porra, dá uma porrada no microfone.
It
Caraca.
is what it is. The truth will out soon. Me, I just caught an
Deu uma
early
porrada no
glimpse.
microfone.
Why do I feel like I got scammed?
Porque você foi, meu caro.
Hey, knock it off.
Desculpa aí, mano.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I've seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah, even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
Robert Throgmorton hired me to investigate his son's disappearance. I found the note about your debt to Lewis near his cold, dead body. It looks like Lewis murdered Robert's kid. You want him to come here and ask instead of me?
What?
Don't what me. At best, you're harboring a criminal. At worst, you're an accessory to murder.
What? No. I ain't done nothing.
Tell that to Mr. Throgmorton.
No. No. Throg. Lewis is upstairs. Here's the key.
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. Bye.
Por que o barman tá escondendo o Louis?
What the? Get the... Oh.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family.
Without me, they'll starve.
Caraca. Caraca. Não sei, não sei.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
It turns out I arrived here unprepared for business. You give me a little something to get started, and my lips are sealed.
I knew you'd understand. Here you are, Mr. Reed. Please, I told you the truth, I swear.
I tracked the murderer down, but he was attacked by those things prowling the back alleys. And they tore him apart. There was that Innsmouther fisherman, Lewis. He was covered in your son's blood. That may have attracted the beasts.
Are you certain the body is his?
Beyond any doubt. All that's left of him is a heap of flesh and this scrap of cloth. It's from his jacket. Just ask his friends.
Alas. This was my revenge to exact, not some wild beast's. Something must be done about those pests. Still, justice has been served. This isn't closure, but at least I know now the story. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Kay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
Do you think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throckmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
O primeiro caso já foi concluído. Eu quero ver... história. Hotel. Loucura. Robert financiou uma expedição para descobrir a origem da histeria em massa que tomou conta de Oakmont. A expedição exploraria o leito do mar de Oakmont. O contato com a expedição logo foi perdido. Albert foi o único sobrevivente de que se teve notícia, porém foi assassinado em sequência. Eu fui contratado para encontrar qualquer outro membro da expedição, vivo ou morto. Ok.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
Micro.
Never again, they say.
Tem uma mensagem. Tudo o que nós vemos, ouvimos, é apenas um sonho dentro de um sonho. E você arrastando... Ah, tá. São ameaças do senhorio para as pessoas que estão hospedadas no hotel.
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you though, mister. You want to stay on here? You stop making all that noise.
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't really remember what happened, but I'll do my best.
Yeah? Well, next time it happens, you end up sleeping under the bridge like the other newcomers.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Aren't we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine. Take what you wish.
Terrors unnamed creeping from the abyss.
Olha o cara, tá fritando um rato. Caralho, ia, maluco. Sumi daqui. Que isso, gente? Calme, gente, calme. Fique calmo. Pô, maluco. A cidade é bem bizarra, viu? Gostei da mecânica de controlar o barco, bem simples. É aqui, parece.
I'm not in the mood for chit-chat, Mr. Reed.
Cara, mas eu não quero conversar, eu quero ir pra expedição, não.
I'm not in the mood for chit-chat, Mr. Reed.
Uai, os objetivos são bem confusos. Calma, pare de chorar, calma. Encoberta rodovia Azer com a Avenida Robert. Calma, é aqui. Posso pegar o barco e ir lá. Eu tô todo torto aqui nesse negócio. Caramba. No lugar errado. Os objetivos são bem confusos aqui. bem complicado de achar aqui, tá? Acabaram minhas balas. E agora? E aí, mãe? Cadê esse bicho? Onde que tá o bicho? O bicho fica fazendo um barulho do caralho, mas ninguém vê ele. Caraca, que barulhada. Onde esse arrombado tá? Ah, ele aqui, ó. Mas aqui tem 2 balas. O arrombado tem 2 balas e não mata o monstro. E a bala aqui tá pior do que dinheiro no Brasil. Ninguém acha. Caraca. Ô, pessoal, 1h35 de jogo. Galera, o jogo é muito bacana, só que pra live eu acho que ele fica meio enrolado. Eu vou zerar o game, eu gostei. Tem uma história interessante, me lembrou bastante o Sherlock Holmes and the Devil's Daughter. E eu recomendo esse jogo porque, apesar dele ser meio confuso no mapa, ele tem um método de investigação bem parecido com Sherlock Holmes. E eu gostei muito. Em relação ao gameplay, está bem fluido. Eu acho que mais pra frente as armas vão ser mais acessíveis, porque esses jogos têm uma tendência muito grande a começarem difíceis assim, entendeu? Qualquer dano que você toma pode ser mortal, mas é um jogo bacana, pessoal. É um jogo que eu quero jogar, eu vou zerar o jogo. Não aqui em live, eu pensei em fazer live sábado, mas pra quê, né? O meu intuito mesmo era mostrar o começo do game e ver como ele tá rodando. O jogo tem algumas quedas de frames em momentos específicos, mas nada que comprometa o desempenho da experiência. Eu super recomendo para quem quiser jogar aí. Acho que pra frente ele deve melhorar bastante. Eu tenho que admitir também que superou minhas expectativas. A história, embora o personagem pareça um zumbi, que ele não expressa nenhuma característica humana, digamos assim. O mapa é bem confuso, como vocês puderam ver aí. Esse, se não é o principal, é um dos motivos pelos quais eu não vou fazer live do jogo, para não ficar muito arrastado no canal. Geralmente eu trago live de jogos mais dinâmicos, mas esse jogo, pelo fato dele optar pelo sistema de mundo aberto, eu acho que ficaria muito mais interessante eu zerá-lo fora da live. Então, pessoal, essa aí foi minha experiência com o jogo The Sinking City, que é bem bacana. A proposta do jogo me agradou muito, embora tenha alguns defeitos aí, né? Como, por exemplo, o bullet damage, que poderia ser um pouco melhor, mas avaliando o menu aqui agora, eu vi que tem habilidades ali em cima, ou seja, tem como fazer melhorias nos aspectos do personagem, o que é bem legal, diga-se de passagem, já que o personagem principal não esbanja nenhum tipo de carisma. Eu acho que é um jogo legal, que é uma proposta legal. Ele parece também um pouco com o The Evil Within 2. Tem o início de gameplay do The Evil Within 2 no canal, que é um jogo bacana que eu não zerei pelo fato de ser puta difícil. O que não parece ser o caso desse aqui. Esse aqui parece que é uma experiência mais dinâmica. E é por isso que eu acho que para quem está procurando uma boa história, para quem gosta de games de terror aí, survival, até mesmo o sistema de craft, né, de melhoria de habilidades, esse jogo talvez possa ser uma boa aposta, ou não, mas se você gosta do gênero de terror, parece que esse jogo, como eu posso falar sem saída automática, parece que esse jogo ele tem uma proposta boa. É isso aí, pessoal. Obrigado a todo mundo que assistiu a live aqui. Essa foi a live de início de The Sinking City. Até o nome é difícil de falar. Eu vou zerar o jogo fora do canal. Se o jogo for bom, eu vou falar bem. Se o jogo for uma merda, eu vou falar mal. Então é isso aí, pessoal. Até uma próxima live. Obrigado a todo mundo que assistiu. E até a próxima.
Peggy 18.
Oh.